Hello everybody, today is May 17th, 2023, and this is my experiment investing $1 a day in 55 different dividend stocks and $1 a day in 10 different cryptocurrencies. I see this dotted white line, that's the start of the day. You can see all of a sudden it's starting to shoot up. We look at the 1 week period, you can see it's actually been trending in a constant downward state. We look at a 1 month period, we can also see that it's also been trending in a downward state in that sense. We look at the 3 month period and we can see it's been going, down, up and down, and then it's crazily down right now. Year to date, we can see right here, January 6, 2023 is the first time investing in my life. Went down, went crazy up. Now it's going down and is still trending in a downward state. Now, one of the things that I do want to go ahead and we look at here, and you can see that these are my investments. These are all the different cryptocurrencies that I'm going in. And if we come all the way down here, I want to hit on one that's very important to me because I hit on it before. It's UAN. You can see right here, it's down $11.05. Now you can see right here, it's been trending all different types. 1 week, 1 month. You can see 3 month period. The 5 year period, they'll tell a whole other story. As you can see that it was a change and a transition of fertilizer in the sense of the war happened in Ukraine and Russia, and you can see all of a sudden this has been shooting up. And you can see right here the dividend yield is currently paying 30.252, and I currently have invested right now only $74.16, and I have only 91.91 shares in it. Now the main reason I'm hitting on this, if I come over here and I look at this and I look at my history and I look at my dividends, and I know I mentioned this before in my other videos for UAN. UAN's paying me $9.12 on May 22nd for all the money that I have invested in it. And remember I said I wasn't going to make another big payment for a while, because if you come all the way back here to, was it in April or was it in March? I think it was in March. In March, UAN right here, $3.21. Remember how I was saying, oh wow, $3.21 was big because I only started investing in January 6, 2023. So January, February, March, the first quarter, $3.21. And all of a sudden, they're paying me again $9.12 May 22nd. This is declared. This is guaranteed going to happen. They're going to pay me $9.12. So if I invested even more money in UAN, I'd get even a bigger payment. Now, I'm not saying for you and I'm giving you advice to buy or sell any of your assets. I'm just telling you, this is my own experience. I'm doing $1 a day and these type of things. So even though it's currently down in that particular sense, you come down here and I'm down, my total amount of money is down. Where's UAN? It's somewhere in here. I think it passed it. I think it's down here. I'm down $11.05. I'm still getting paid a good amount of dividend. And you have to also remember too that this amount drops down to pay off the dividends to everybody that owns stocks and actually income in it. And this little plus sign is just because I'm investing $1 a day in every single one of these different asset classes. So now let's go ahead and let's look at what has come in. So if I come back over here, right, and I come over to my profile, click on this little gear menu, and I come over to my statements. In my statements, if I look at my individual broker account statements, April 2023 has come in. And I come over here, if I were to click on this, this is what comes up. So I have my Robinhood, and this is my Robinhood statement that they're giving to me, and they can say that the month of April, because April finally came in, I earned $11.13 in dividends for the month of April. Year to date, I have $23.27 because in March they paid me dividends as well, almost close to $11 as well. So around $11 per month as of right now is what I'm getting. So that's pretty not bad. This is going to be a little bit more for the month of May, especially with that $9 increase from UAN. So that's currently what's happening, and that's currently how my investments are doing. And that's the status update. Now I'm going to dive into another topic that's kind of happening right now around the world. And what's happening around the world is they're calling people back into the office. So my job right now is currently fully remote. I got hired in as remote. I was told it was remote. But office buildings and buildings that are a lot of people, they're asking people to come back into the office to be there. And there's this lot of controversy where people are like, oh, I want to come into the office, or I don't want to come into the office. People can be more productive. I want to take a step back and look at it from another different perspective. Why are they calling people back into the office? Why am my remote job that I've been remote is now all of a sudden, oh, we want you back in the office at least once a day per week or twice a day per week? Well, why are they doing that? Well, there's businesses that you have to think of, not just the main building and the company building and also the lease that's coming up because of higher interest rates, but start thinking of all the companies that are surrounding it. Their food businesses and the food trucks or whatever is surrounding those office buildings. They need people in the office to survive for their building. So they're trying to stimulate the economy for the sections or places that they're in. So the call back in the office is not just for people to be productive, but also for to stimulate businesses. But there's other reasons too, where people are like, "Oh, I have my own office. I don't have to stay home with my kids." But think of all the people that are below, the employees below. Like, if you were working for home since COVID has happened, and then you had the experience between the two, where now you have your own home, and you're working from home, and it's more private, it's more quiet most of the time. Maybe you have interruptions here and there, and you go into the office and you start working from the office, and you have people around you, and they're all making noises. It's actually much harder because I've done it for a couple of days. You go into the office and you have all your fellow coworkers that are all talking, right? And they're talking normal, like they normally talk, and the disturbance and the concentration is actually much harder. Yes, there is definitely that good trend that you can collaborate with other people, talk to the people, see people face to face. But some people don't really like that political, oh, I need to now think what I do, think of my actions, and think of how I do it. Some people, not everybody, are definitely more productive than being in the office. Where some other people, and I would say a large amount of people, are actually more effective. And I say effective because they can get questions from other people that do know how to do their job and ask them while they're in the office so that you can collaborate and work together better. So there's the upsides and there's the downsides to both of them. I'm not here to say which one's better and which one's worse. I'm just saying that's coming down the pipeline. Why is it coming? Because money is involved and people they're paying for that office building. And then the huge discussion came up. Well, why don't we just get rid of the office building? Everybody work from home. That's a good idea in a sense, but what about those companies that do need people to be in the office or do need people to be on site for those different reasons? They still need people there. So the call and the political for all of it is there. It's happening. I know it's happening. Don't be surprised by it. But what I'm more concerned about is the economy in that sense. They're trying to, why am I hitting on this? Economies and businesses around. If they fold up, there's a chain reaction to everything. The people that are working in restaurants or working in other businesses, if they fold up, their money doesn't stimulate that section of the economy. If the office buildings and those big, huge buildings start closing up and turning to other things, the stimulating economy and the trend goes in a different direction. And the thing is, it's all this unknown. Well, what's going to happen if more banks fold? What's going to happen if all these things happen? There's tons of things happening right now in the world. But don't be surprised by it. The Fed has announced that they're going to keep raising interest rates and keep interest rates at a higher yield. And they even came out and said that they believe that a mild recession is going to happen around the end of 2023. So if you are not aware of current events that's happening right now, please think about it and please be aware of what's happening and prepare yourself for what may happen. If it doesn't happen, great. Then you have a buffer and you have maybe some cash or some money saved up to keep yourself at least safe for the next couple months or however long you think it might last. Me, I prepare enough money so that I can survive for long enough for, a year, a couple of years, where if I don't have a job anymore and I lose my job, because it can happen. I'm not here to saying that, I'm subject to none of the things that can happen to me. It could definitely happen to me. And I prepare for it. So whatever I'm investing is not a part of my savings. It's not a part of my emergency fund. It's not a part of anything that will affect me in any way. I'm just investing my extra money, my extra cash that I have saved up and or am earning, and I'm doing this for the long term. 20 years from now, my plan, my goal, if you watch some of my videos or if you're just coming in, was to make enough dividends to subjugate my income for when I retire. Well, why are you doing dividends? Because dividends are not taxed the same as other incomes. It's at a lower tax bracket, and you can make up to $80,000 in straight dividends and not have to pay taxes for it, and the current laws that are written. That may change in 20 years. I don't know, but currently it's written that way. So, and dividends are more the fact where you're making and it's a way to make passive income. Now, there's many other ways to make passive income. You read your books, do your own research, go out and listen to people, listen to those experts or those rich people and how they became successful. The stories that they're telling you is they're telling you that it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of trial and error, and a lot of failure in the sense of emotional content. Like you take Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. You think about him. He tells a story about real estate and doing it. And now he's talking about and saying in gold, which I believe him. The dollar value is going to go down, and gold in some way is going to go up. I don't have that much gold saved up in that sense as he does because I can't afford to do that. But what he's really telling you, and you've listened to his book or read his book, and I'm sorry if there's any spoilers, you can pause and go read the book first before you actually come here and listen to this. But what you learn from him and his experiences and the rich people in general, you look at Warren Buffett or anybody else, is they stuck through the hard times, the emotional content. If you watch some of my other videos, you see that here, this is an emotional battle. February 20th all the way down to March 10th. This was no small task to say, okay, I want to just keep my money in it. It may not seem, when you're looking at the bigger graph and the bigger picture of all, that this is no big deal. There's a small little bump and then it jump back up. But honestly, when the money's going down, I had the emotional experience and people were telling me, you better sell it all. The banks are going to crash. All the banks are going to fold. There's going to be a bank run right around here. And then all of a sudden, they bailed out Credit Suisse and then it went back up. And then the Fed announced, 0.58% increase. And so each one of these is an emotional battle. And why am I bringing this up is because when you think about it, those rich people had the emotional balance. He did tons and tons of different failures, which is exactly like this graph is. You fail, you fail, you fail, you fail. But the longer you stick in it and the longer you keep trying and learning and growing, the better you'll be at it in the long run. As long as you can emotionally take that content and take that battle and emotionally take everything that's going on and say, okay, I can take this and I can apply it to my life and I can do better. And so it's the same thing for when people are calling back the office. Can I have this emotional battle? Can I survive this battle? Should I quit my job? Should I keep staying at my job? Those type of questions are asked, and only your situation can tell you what you want to do. Don't listen to some random person on YouTube and do something that's not good for your own financial health. Do what's best for you and what will work best for you financially and for emotionally and for everything in your life. Do what's best for you, your friends, and your family, and make sure you have good friends and good friends that will help you get where you need to be. And I also reference the same thing like stocks and cryptocurrency. Make them your friends, pick good friends, and go forward. Or even financial advisors. Find a good financial advisor that's there for you, not just there for a paycheck, and make sure that they are there for you to help you become financially successful. Because not everybody's there to do things just for you. Everybody does their own thing. So make sure that you are prepared. If you enjoyed this content, please feel free to leave me a comment. If you didn't like this content, leave me a comment as well. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you do like. Feel free to smash the like button if you like this content. Go ahead. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. If you want to be notified at least once a week, I'll be posting every Wednesday, showing you all my results, showing you how this is going. Thank you all for being here, and you all have a wonderful rest of your day.